What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Miss Azrael's Gaming. And you're probably thinking, it's been like a really long time since we heard your voice. I don't know if you can tell, I still am having some issues with my voice. We're going to see if I can get through this, because I was under the weather. If you saw me post earlier on, I had a cold, went into my asthma, and took my voice out. So that was, there were no videos going to be able to come out of that, no live streams on Twitch, nothing was going to come from that, because I literally had no voice. So we're jumping into a game called Livber, Smoke and Mirrors. Now, if you're new to the channel, you might not know, I did do the demo for this. And I actually live streamed it, and I had thought about live streaming it, but with the way my voice has been, it's just going to be easier to do some, like the recording for this and stuff like that, especially if I need to take a break. You guys get to continue to see it. If I record it, if I do it live, I have to, I can't finish it for the night. But this was sent to me by the devs, and, they sent me a Steam key, wanted me to play the full game, and I enjoyed the demo a lot. It was very creepy, very unsettling, and I'm looking forward to playing the full game. So let's go ahead and get started. I see her in my dreams, her in that house on the edge of the cliff. Everything changed after reading that letter, the one bearing her name, my old love, Lilith. 5 years ago on a dark night, they took her from that house, executed her for black alchemy. I was the one who turned her in. But now, she's calling me back to the house, wants to bury her breath in my sins. But how? That's what I have to find out. Act 1. Welcome home, my love. Far past the Hook Haven, which is woven by the grounded ships of Livber, there's a whirlwind roaring in the east. You don't see it, you don't hear it. You know the power it holds, enough to alter all of Gaia. A room for gales to blow out of, but you come here, you wait standing in the heart of the twilight silently, eyes shut. 5 years later, once again, you stand at the door to this house, a letter clutched in your hand. What am I waiting for? Read the letter. Do I even have a choice? So let's go ahead and read the letter. The raindrops fall on the paper, landing with soft patterns. You grip the letter tightly with both hands, keeping it from being blown away by the wind. The silvery moonlight, trapped between the clouds, shimmers across the ink spilled from a woman's hand. You read the lines again and again and again. My love, if you're reading these lines, it means there's still something inside your heart that belongs to me. As I've always told you, death is far too ordinary a thing to keep us apart. I will give birth to our creation in our home, beneath the place we once shared. You must be with me, inside me, because our creation cannot be left undone. Turn back, pass through the dark, complete us. We were always meant to be one, and we still can be, my love, as long as you have the courage. As long as you do not fear. I'm waiting for you in the never-all. Lilith. Could this really be true, Lilith? Is she truly alive? I need to put an end to this nonsense. Lilith is dead. I don't remember what I picked in the demo because it feels like it was so long ago. But let's see. I'm going to put an end to this nonsense. She's dead. We turned her in. She, for witchcraft. She has to be dead. And yet you fear that she isn't, because what waits for you may be far more dangerous than a corpse calling you to her door. Like what? Like memories. Just like this very moment, standing here in the rain. A memory brought you here, and it keeps you here. Why here? Why would Lilith call me here? It was meant to be I had to come here. Okay, so why would she call me here? Where else could it be? This is where the two of you began. A wooden house on the cliffs by Livber shore. This is where you first held each other. Your first night, your first love, and your first lies, all buried here. This two-story hovel raised upon your memories. I guess I can never escape my memories, can I? They'll find me in the end. I can still leave. It's not too late for anything. Yes, But you won't. The trembling letter in your hand is proof of that. You will see this simple village buried beneath Livber shores. You'll open the door to the shack standing right here, where you stand now. That's it. That easy. Okay, put the letter in your pocket. Let go of the letter. Let's put it in our pocket. You carefully fold the soaked paper so it won't tear underneath the rain. As you tuck it into your coat's inner pocket, a strange sense of relief washes over you. The letter is where it belongs, but you must keep moving. You shouldn't stand in the rain any longer. Okay, knock on the door, open it. Let's knock. Just as your hand reaches the door, you hear Yell's voice from beyond the threshold. The winged Barkter Kuti, who never truly leaves you, and never truly belonged to you. Her white fur glows as if soaked in light, not rain. She spreads her wings and leaps softly towards you, landing at your feet. She shakes the droplets from her coat. Then she sits back on her hind legs, head tilted, amber eyes watching you with curiosity. Do you know what's waiting for me in there, my friend? Lean down to pet Yell. Let's pet. Okay, got an achievement. CEO approved. You pet Yell. Yes, the CEO approved that. Yes, so Yell is the CEO of the game devs of the company. Yell gently brushes her head against your feet. Then she stops before the door. She looks up at it. With a soft stroke, she traces the door frame with her paw. Then she turns her amber eyes to you. Well then, take a deep breath and reach for the door. I hope you'll still be here when I return, my friend. I think that's a yes. The wind falls silent for a moment. You hear the waves of the sea easing in the distance. Far, far away, the flash of lightning strikes behind you, but its thunder never reaches your ears. The raindrops hang weightless in midair. Yell glances at you one last time and spreads her wings, then leaps in the shadows between the rocks. Your fate embraces you. Open the door. The door creaks open, but even you don't know what it is you hope to see, do you? Your guilt has chased you all the way here, and at last your sins have caught you. I'm ready to face my past. No, you wish you were. As you crack the door open, the air brushing against your face is stale and musty. The sweetness of Teluth flowers mixes with the scent of something buried. It pulls you back to that festival day, to the moment you first met Lilith, and then you see her. Standing beneath the dim light like she's been torn from the heart of this house, you lose your breath. A chill crawls up your spine, and you freeze. It takes you a moment to realize your knees are trembling. Whether from fear or excitement, you can't tell. A whisper slips from your lips. Lilith. She doesn't see you, bent slightly over the table, trying to light a candle just as you remember her. Lilith. The ghost of your past, your greatest lie and sin. Is this really Lilith? Lilith, you're really alive? Is this really Lilith? Let's go with that one. You stare, stunned, at the woman who stands before you. She should be dead. Her hair no longer shines like it did that festival night. Reddish-brown strands fall over her shoulder like wet strings. Her skin is sallow, a ghost-like paleness. And her eyes? The moment she turns her head and you meet them, another hollow question slips from your lips. Why? How? Let's go with how. Okay, get the achievement how. Is it all about the inevitability of death? You remember. The festival night, a warm breeze carries the city's aroma far away. You two slip away from the crowded streets. The early black's crimson glow wraps Lilith's hair like a fiery halo. The noise of celebration fades behind you. Right there, you hand Lilith a bouquet of white Teluth flowers. She looks deep in your eyes. She smiles, tossing her hair back. She asks the same question. White Teluth flowers. How did you find these? There's nothing I couldn't find for you. They overflowed from my love for you. Let's go with that one. A beautiful lie, told so well. Even you believed it yourself. My love. She looks at you as if about to say something. A pained smile touches her lips. The silence hangs between you. You finally come. You're alive? How can this be? 5 years later, How could you write this letter? Look, you're alive. How can that be? I assumed you had read the letter, my love. Death is far too ordinary a thing to separate us. When you left me that night, I left the boundaries of my body. Isn't that what we always sought in the end? Okay, I wasn't the one leaving you, Lilith. You wanted this. Why did you call me here? Let's go with why did you call me here? To see you again, my love. We cannot live apart. We are two halves of one whole. And tonight we will finish what was left unfinished, the night you abandoned me to my death. Come, sit. As the candle flame flickers, you think you see a brief shadow of hatred flash across Lilith's face, as if, beneath her skin, another face is waiting. No, I won't sit before you give me an answer. Is it really you? Sit in the chair, she gestures to. Look, is it really you? Lilith slowly approaches. You now see her eyes more clearly than ever. Something rise behind her gaze. Her body leans towards you, getting closer. You feel the sweet aroma rising from her skin, her warmth breath brushing against you. I was going to say, can we look at things? Okay, yeah, so we can. So when there's something sparkly, you can look. So the same dress, roughly woven, its colors faded. She wore something like this, or she wore something like it was the first time I saw her. After Cardia's silks, her simplicity felt real. Her pale skin and the wear beneath the eyes, the same marks you see on her every face, raised in Livber's lawless ports. That's why Mother never approved of her. To her, she was just a tarnished, destitute of noble blood. Why am I seeing like double? Oh, don't want to do that. Yeah, those were kind of faded. I couldn't even see them. I was just trying to see if anything else came up. Don't see anything else. My love, do you truly not recognize me? This is just a game. All of this has to be an illusion. You really are Lilith. Lilith takes your hand and lifts it to her face. Her cheek feels cold and firm within your palm. Yes, my love, it really is me. Shall we eat now? Okay, so sit in the chair. I don't think I want to eat anything in here. Especially with that evil-looking face you got going on. That look in her eyes, like something else is writhing beneath them. It's her, but none of it feels right. I really put in work to make tonight perfect. I wanted certain things to be flawless for our reunion. After you let me to rot, it's been... She pauses for a moment, looks out the window where the moonlight falls. You thought I should have died. I know you did. After I made you that offer, after I told you that we had to become one, our souls, my love. We had to piece our souls together and bind them with that alchemy ritual. You expected me to pay the price for your madness, Lilith? I said no because you had decided to destroy me. I had to make a choice. Maybe I should have said yes to you that night. Perhaps everything was already fractured and I was just ignoring it. Like, I had to make a choice. Her hand holding the fork freezes in midair for a second. As the silence stretches, Lilith's breathing deepens. My madness. I offer you love, only love. A love so deep that even death couldn't end it. But you were afraid. Afraid to be with me beyond never all. You betrayed me. Did you think I wouldn't know? When I told you about the black alchemy ritual, when I spoke of piecing our souls together to crown our love, you saw my blood, heard my screams. You saw me vanish into the dark of the waters. Remain silent or look away. Okay, we won't say anything. She turns her face towards you, and it darkens with hatred, with rage, with something darker, and with something even I cannot name. Her skin ripples as if 100 tiny things move beneath it. You can't tell if it's real, or just the candle's flickering light playing tricks on you. Then just as quickly as it came, the moment passes. Lilith slowly leans back. No, you don't even know what you wanted. Love means something different to you. You don't love me. You want to own me. Ooh, that's a good one. It breaks my heart that you'd believe it could be that simple, my love. You don't understand. I never wanted to own you. Never did. The wooden walls of the house groan under the salt of the rain, driven harder by the wind. The sea crashes against the cliffs, then pulls back into itself with the hiss of white foam. Darkness spreads outward beyond the horizon. For a fleeting moment, you wish you were out there, on the deck of a ship bound for somewhere you cannot see. Too little, too late. Your madness will break both of us, Lilith. It already has, my love. Just like those paintings you love so much. It's not my madness. Oh, no. It's your cowardice. Nothing more than a diseased reflection of faded memories in your mind. Like this place, like me, like you. Go on, eat. Porf meat. I cooked it just the way you liked. It wasn't easy, but it melts slowly on the tongue. When the fat coats the roof of your mouth and slips beneath your tongue, you'll taste the herbs. God's pork meat. Lilith, you completely lost it. I never imagined pork meat could be edible. Look, you lost it. Is it like horse meat or something? Because there's a horse there. The picture's really... It's actually something new. I don't remember these being in the demo. After the festival where we first met and that first night when you told me you loved me, we saw a porf, remember? It was magnificent. Its mane was long and beautiful. You remember, don't you, my love? Afterwards, we went to get something to eat. I couldn't stop thinking about it. You were mesmerized by that creature. You kept going on about how beautiful it was, how bright its mane shone, how proud it stood. Did you really think I could tolerate that, my love? The first night we met, we didn't eat anything, Lilith. I think I remember. Maybe not what we ate, but feeling happy. Perhaps that's why everything happened. Everything afterward hurt so much. Let's go with we didn't eat anything. No. She slams her fist on the table, leaning forward. Her face contorts with rage. Her eyes wide and unblinking, bore into you, burning with intensity. No, no, no. That's exactly what we ate. You told me how much you loved me, how we'd never be apart. Do you remember what else you said? I said it didn't matter that you came from a different class. I told you I'd never leave you no matter what. Let's go with different class, because that was kind of brought up when we clicked on her. I think it was when we clicked on her face earlier. It was brought up about our mother not having an issue with her being a different class. That's what you said, isn't it? I remember how your mother looked at me the first time we met, like I was a disgusting insect, or worse, a boxer. If I weren't born a noble in Cordia, I was nothing to her. And you didn't stand by me. Lilith doesn't take her eyes off you. Every motion she makes to cut the pork meat with her fork shakes her entire body. Her head tilts slightly, the candlelight slipping through her crimson hair. Silky strands swing gently back and forth. Your gaze shifts downwards. You realize she's not slicing the meat on her plate, but pressing the blade into her own forefinger with all her strength, blood mixing with the meat below. Try to stop her, Lilith, your thumb. What are you doing? Step back. Let's try to stop her. Oh, what? My love, it's so sweet of you to worry about me. It was just a moment of distraction, that's all. When you're here, everything else disappears. All my worries, my fears, my pain. This is the price of loving you. She quickly wraps her thumb in a scrap of parchment that had fallen to the floor. For a moment she stares at the porcelain plate, watching blood pool over the meat. Then she stabs her fork into the meat and lifts it to her mouth. Her eyes close as she chews, as if savoring something profound. Did you cut yourself too deeply? How could you be so careless, Lilith? Are you okay? Her vacant eyes blink, then find yours. What did you say? Oh, I'm fine. It's just... I never told you how my mother died, did I? She was addicted to doping. She said she was obsessed. But I never wanted to believe that. I must have been 7 when she had her final episode. Her stash was all empty, so she thought she could drink what remained in her own blood. When they found her, she drowned in herself. Tragic. Though I used to think it was funny, but now I understand why she did it. Wait a second. You thought it was funny that your mother drowned in her own blood? Why? Okay, we're going with that one. She nods. The candle flickers. Rain lashes against the window. You listen until the soft patter of every drop echoes in your ears. Lilith's breath mingles with yours. Slowly she circles around you and slips into the darkness. The woman watches you, unblinkingly. She waits, impatient for you to eat. I can't put up with this madness any longer. Get up, try to eat. I ain't eating nothing. Okay, got the achievement. Well, that escalated quickly. You did not eat the meal with Lilith. Lilith prepared for you. Do you think you can defy fate? From the beginning, you were destined to be one. Neither you nor anyone else can stop this. Never, never, never. Head for the door. Standing up, your head spins. You steady yourself and move towards the door. Behind you, Lilith gasps. Just as your trembling hand reaches the door, Lilith blocks your path, eyes wide with madness, mouth agape. She clutches the knife she used to cut the meat. You instinctively tense up. Lilith, don't be ridiculous. Get out of my way. You completely lost your mind. Listen to me. We don't have to do this. Look, you lost your mind. I haven't finished what I have to say, my love. Everything is ready for our souls to unite. We only have to die together. Lilith, do you realize what you're asking? This isn't love. Please, come to your senses, I'm begging you. I wish I could have saved you from this pain, Lilith. Let's go with that one. Rain pounding against the window intensifies. Lightning briefly illuminates the paintings, fresh and glistening as if they were just painted. Your eyes drift towards the pork meat. It suddenly moves on the bloodied plate. I can't let you leave, my love. You haven't finished your meal. Listen, I only came to understand you. Whatever you mentioned in your letter, that's why I'm here. I'm here to talk. I didn't come here to eat or anything. You've lost your mind. You changed. Look, I just came here to talk. You're part of me, in my body, my heart, my soul. Do you understand? You're mine, my love. Mine. I can't lose you again. On her maddened face, there's a terrifying grin mingled with dread. Veins bulge on her forehead. The whites of her widened eyes are bloodshot. Her grip tightens on the knife until her knuckles whiten. She steps towards you. Stop. If this is truly what you want. Look, no, stop. Lilith's crazed eyes bulge as if ready to burst from their sockets. Beneath her ragged clothes, her chest heaves violently with each breath. Then suddenly, her skin splits apart like parched earth around an ever-blowing whirlwind on a distant island nation. Her cheeks, mouth, hair. Your last shred of rational thought screams at you. Run! It's awakening! Well, we're running. Your feet recoil in an Eric reflex, and you stumble over one of the books scattered on the floor, crashing down. For a brief moment, yellow pages spilled out across the ground from the fallen book. You catch glimpses of your own drawings, a dining table, a woman clutching a knife, but there's no time to focus. Struggling to your knees, you crawl deeper into the house. That's when you remember. There's a passage leading from the basement to the cellar door outside. The cellar must get to the cellar, another exit, a window, a back door. Shit. There must be something. Do we want to block ourselves in the basement? We probably don't want to, but let's click on that one. Nothing left to separate us, my love. From the darkness of the corridor, Lilith's voice emerges, scarcely taking shape in her throat. It carries the strangeness of an extra-Gaian creature that seems to have only just learned how to speak. You sprint and finally reach the cellar door. Can't reach for the door. Gripped by sudden terror, you seize the cellar's cold handle, expecting a hand to clutch your shoulder. At any moment, its footsteps grow louder than the corridor, but it never comes. As you push the door open, a wave of dampness and the nauseating stench of things that should long have been dead hits you in the face. Stepping through the doorway, you slam it shut. As you bolt the door behind you, an abysmal silence and darkness wrap around you. Close your eyes and take a deep breath. Oh, I'm not even going to try to read that. Ode et intelligio, quae ir faciam fortesse requirs, nescio sed fere senteo et betos sum. Probably incorrect. Okay, Act 2 is Echoes Deep Within. In the dark, you pause a moment. Your mind strains to grasp what this is. Lilith, food, creation. The dusk and creak of boards mingled with hurried breath. Beneath your feet, stairs descending. Okay, where am I? Try to examine your surroundings. The basement. Could I find a way out through the basement? Lilith's creation. It was herself, wasn't it? Gods, what was that thing I saw? Okay, let's examine our surroundings. When the basement door closed, you felt yourself pulled into the void. Now beneath your feet, wooden steps leading down. Okay, the basement. Could I find a way out through the basement? Once on a sunlit morning of the first circade, you saw Yell descend these very basement stairs. You followed after, finding her scratching at a hollow in the corner. When you drew near, you saw it was a hatch, opening outwards, old, broken, hinges rusted. When Lilith saw it, she grew fearful. Can I use this hatch? Do I remember what it looked like? Look, can I use this hatch? You could try. In the end, do you have another choice? I could wait here. Do I remember what it looked like? Let's go down. Yes. A hatch made of wood, rounded, wedged among the stones of the wall, plastered with mud. You hardly noticed it, before or after. I could use it to get out, get down the stairs. I don't know what lurks in the basement. I should go back, return to the house, go upstairs. Look, we'll go down the stairs. The wooden steps groan beneath your tread. Their cries, like the house itself, are bitter shrieks. For in unseen depths rise a heavy moan, the stink of mold and damp. One step, another. You go down. Okay, so open the door slightly. You re-rise from the dark. As the basement stairs sink into abysmal silence, your steps find solid ground. Memories. You remember the rooms beneath this house you once shared with Lilith. But like everything else, this place was unfamiliar now. Lilith. Her dread is still fresh, sharp, and ripe. Crystals growing between the stones and the wall cast a faint pale light. When you lift your head, you see two doors standing tall in the wall ahead. I have to go. Get out of here. At the end of this place, there must be a way, a passage to the cellar hatch outside. There has to be. Look at the doors. Gods, I don't recognize this place. Where am I? Examine the surroundings. Okay, so let's look at the doors. You nudge outside the scattered books, the shredded parchments, the splintered wood with your foot, and approach the doors. On the left stands a rusted iron door, worn by the weight of years. An ancient symbol since stripped of meaning. It carved upon it. The other is hewn with heavy, damp timber, creaking softly as though it were breathing. So turn back to examine the room, touch the wooden door, touch the metal door. Okay, so the rusted iron door worn by weight. It has an ancient symbol, okay. When stripped of meaning, and the other is a heavy, damp timber door, and it creaks softly as if it were breathing. Should we examine the room? Let's examine the room. As your eyes adjust to the crystal's pale glow, you survey the chamber. The stone walls drip with dampness cloaked in moss. When you listen closely, you hear the crash of waves hammering the cliffsides beyond. Knowing a world still waits outside grants you a fleeting comfort. On the wall to your right, two circles are carved. Harsh lines slash between them, refusing union drawn with hateful strokes. Before the wall where the crystal is embedded, a rotting wooden table leans into decay. On it rests a broken frame, coated in dust. On the floor, a metal candle, and a melted candle and a blood-stained, shredded journal. Okay, so examine the candle, the journal, look at the frame on the table. Let's look at the journal. Okay, so you step among the scattered parchments and torn books. Reaching for the journal fragments beside the candle, it crumbles in your grasp. You open it carefully. The bloodied script is unmistakable. Lilith's hand. Most of it is unreadable, but in the final pages you can make out sense of some hastily scrawled words. I'm shaping her. She will be complete at last. Is there any other way? No. It will be perfect. We'll be complete together. We'll be complete with him. Lilith, what other twisted lunacies did you carve into these pages? Keep examining the notebook. Is this what you called creation? I can't take this any longer. Look, let's see if we can find more. Words are not enough. I need something deeper, more physical. Here, in the basement of the house we once shared, I've hidden something of his. While he wanders around the house, he suffers his greatest regret in its deepest place. Should I tell him that she is not dead? So wait, did she have split personalities, or did she break part of herself off before her death or something, kind of like a Voldemort type thing? The journal has been scratched, gouged, bloodied, as though Lilith needed to make her devotion visible. No matter how you try, there is little more to glean from the crumbling pages. You let the journal fall. The air grows heavier. Your ears begin to ring. What else are you hiding in this room, Lilith? Approach the flame on the table. I need to get out of here. I have to find the path. Look, let's look at the table. Despite the weight in your skull, you stagger to the table. Lift the broken frame. Beneath the dust is a picture you once drew, but the figure in the portrait has been furiously defaced, ringed with a mad scroll. Bodies. We must be rid of the bodies, of them, of everything, of all that fails to unite us, even of you. My love, my love, my love. Take a closer look. That's enough. Put the frame back to where you found. Let's take a closer look. As you lean closer to study the picture, you hear the basement door at the far end of the stairs creak open. Lilith's twisted, ragged breaths drift all the way to where you stand. I need to get out of here. I have to find a path to the cellar door fast. You push aside the books, scattered parchment, and broken wood with your foot and step closer to the doors. To the left is the iron door, rusted with the weight of years. Upon it is a symbol old and long since stripped of meaning. The other door is heavy, made of damp wood. It creaks faintly as though breathing. Let's try the metal door. Ugh. Did I just vomit? And the table is broken and the chair has been thrown to the floor as if after a fierce storm they were untouched. They were left untouched to make an example of or something. I doubt anyone could sleep on this bed stained by decades of dried blood, pus, and urine. Unusable. Ugh, gross. When you open the iron door, a sour stench of sweat and rot greets you. Fearing Lilith might be following you, you slip inside and shut the door quickly behind you. You look around. Like the room before this one, too, is shrouded in an eerie halo of blue light cast by the crystal embedded in the wall. The air quivers with anticipation, and then a voice. Do you remember me? Who are you? Look towards the source of the voice without responding. Let's not make noise since Lilith's kind of like in the area, so let's go with that one. When you turn towards the voice, you see a young woman standing motionless in the corner of the room, her skin clinging tightly to the bone. If not for her eyes, bright and piercing deep into your soul under the pale light, you might have mistaken her for a still silhouette of a statue. But then, she tilts her head just slightly, and in the moment, you see it more clearly. There's something in the woman's eyes, something you once knew, something you once loved. It's going to be her. Look closely. Oh, wait a bit. I know you, although the name's Clara, so maybe it's not, but I'm assuming it's... But they see somebody we once loved, so I don't know. We'll just keep reading this. I want to figure it out. And I'm like, wait, but it's Clara, so it's not Lilith, but it's somebody we once loved, so I know you. At last. She remade me, from start to finish. Yes. What? Who did this? Was it Lilith? No, I didn't want this. Lilith, when she said her creation, was she talking about you? You wish it were so. You want this madness to end soon, to see Lilith's strange game come to an end. But no, this isn't the creation Lilith spoke of. This is a personal experiment of hers. What she has in store for you is something very different. Shh. Don't say it. If you say her name, she'll come. The young woman, hearing Lilith's name, presses herself against the wall. She pulls her shoulders tight inward, her eyes fixed on the door behind you as she speaks. I had to be good. I mean, beautiful. 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 I had to be. Yes. What? When she pulls back, the crystal's light show her more clearly. A scar begins beneath her neck and runs forward past her ears, reaching up to her hair roots. The skin of her face is pulled taut, as if cut apart and stitched back together along those marks. The fingers she wraps around her arms are thin, long, as if filed down, extended, and altered. The woman before you looks like someone who has been worked on endlessly, reshaped piece by piece since childhood. How could she do this? The young woman looks at you from where she had crouched down by the wall. For a moment, the twisted smile on her face reminds you of Lilith. For you, to create you, and of course, to love you. Lilith, I loved you for who you were. Are you her? Did Lilith steal your body and soul? I've always still, been yours, love. The young woman collapses onto her knees as if she's used every last ounce of strength. Breathless, she turns her gaze to you. I go, yes, you've been good. Or was I good? What? Yeah, you've been good. I've been good, yes. Yes. She said that, stood here. If you're good enough, he'll love you too. She said, you'll love me, won't you? She tilts her head and looks at you. The sharp point of her chin cast an unsettling shadow in the darkness. You're not the one I love. I shouldn't have let her do this to you. Yes, I'll always love you, no matter what you're in. Let's go with this one. The thing you're staring into isn't Lilith. It's just an empty shell, a twisted reflection stripped of free will, an uncanny amalgam? Oh my god, why can I not say that word? Amalgam. We're just gonna go with that. Amalgamant? Look, words are hard sometimes, okay? I still have sick brain. Where fragments of the young woman have somehow tangled with the essence she poured into it. In that moment, a crushing wave of pity floods your entire being, but you can't tell who it's for. The one looking at you with desperate hope, Lilith, or yourself. All right then. All right. All right. All right. Well, I see my moon now. Will I see her? Hmm? Her eyes glaze over as she tilts her head slightly. You can see her body start to tense. And why? Why am I still so cold inside? I'll do everything I can to help you see your mother again, whatever it takes to get you out of here. I don't know. Let's go with that one. We're going to help her. You can't even get out of here yourself. You don't know the way, so you have no idea how you'll do that. But in this circumstances, the poor soul standing before you like a shell with a shattered mind, this feels like the only thing you should say. Can you blame yourself for that? Leave? No, can't. Maybe I'll find me. I can't go. I'm here. I'll stay here. I'll wait for you. You will come. She presses herself even tighter against the wall. You can see the terror in her eyes. Listen, you have to escape. Do you understand me? She's using you. Do you know the way out? There has to be a cellar door leading outside. I need to get you out of here. Okay, well, let's not approach her. I feel like she might maybe be threatened by that, so let's be like, look, you gotta come with me. You gotta escape. I'm here. I'll stay here. I'll wait for you. We can escape. Do you understand me? I'll stay here. You'll come. You'll come back. You'll love me. You'll come. She no longer hears you. Curled up against the wall, hands over her ears, this hollow shell just rocks back and forth, murmuring that you'll come back, that one day you'll love her. The chains wrapped around her neck are drawn so tight, no force could ever free her from this place. There might be something in this room that can help me examine the room surrounding. I need to find a way out of this room. Look, let's see if we can maybe find something that we could use like a weapon. Moisture and moss cover the walls. In the left corner of the room lies a bed, its sheet stained with blood, urine, and pus. Atop it sits a cloth doll. The floor is decayed, scored, and battered, as though someone had dragged things, slammed them down. Against the wall, before you rest a rusted metal table, its surface scattered with shards of broken mirrors. In front of it, a chair is collapsed, its legs bent. Brown stains coat it so thoroughly you can hardly guess what its original color was. Is this rag doll yours? Look at the toy. What do you use this table for? Let's ask about the doll. I'll stay here. You'll come back. You'll come back. You'll love me. You'll come. The doll is in shambles, stained with black blotches, its eyes long since gouged out. One arm dangles loose. Its fabric looks like it's been torn open and stitched back together. Again and again in different places. The padding that once gave its head shape has been entirely removed. Patches of mismatched cloth are sewn haphazardly across its body, lying lifeless on the bed. The rag doll is a reflection, a crude replica of the woman murmuring to herself by the wall. Maybe this belongs with you. Place the doll beside the young woman. Maybe it's best not to touch this doll. Let's not touch it. You slowly step back, deciding it's best not to disturb the endless rest of a toy filled with the marks of its past. Unlike the young woman who's been experimented on, this doll seems to have found a peaceful sleep. Do you think this rag doll can dream in its sleep? As it has endured all this time, the internal and unending torture of a ruthless evil force upon her, and has yet to be destroyed and scattered to dust by now, then the answer to that question must be yes. Is there anything on the table pushed against the wall that catches my attention? Without examining the table, let's look at the table. The broken mirror leaning against the wall has nearly ornate, carefully crafted edges, but the glass itself is shattered right down the middle, as if someone tried to break through it from the inside. The crushed and bent metal table is unusable. In its lower right corner, dry blood-stained fingerprints remain. Take a glass shard, man. Look closely at the table, examine the broken mirror shards. You step closer to examine the mirror. Dozens of blood-stained shards scattered across the table and floors reflect distorted, warped visions of your face, each one staring back at you with revulsion. It's as if they loathe bearing your visage on the mirror's silvering side. You feel ashamed of being yourself, ashamed of this face, ashamed of my fear. You take a step back. Lilith's hatred has seeped into every corner. I think I've seen everything there is to see here. It's time to move on and find out the way. You turn towards the doors. One looks old at first glance. Its wood is dark, brown, faded to gray in places, cracked and mildewed with time. There's no visible handle, only a notch in the frame, worn smooth, not by force, but by habit. The other is the newer by comparison, but it's not the honest kind of new, more like something rotten, polished up and presented as good as new. Its wood is pale, grainless, unnatural. In its center sits a silver knob. The other is newer by comparison, but it's not. Oh, wait, silver sits. Okay. Oh wait, no, that is new. Okay, so the other is newer by comparison, but it's not the honest kind of new. More like something rotten that's been polished and presented as good as new. It's so that basically just repeated what it just said. Let's go with the old door. You slip your hand into the gap and push. The surface isn't warm, but not exactly cold either. Stagnant. It reminds you of the moment a body begins to cool, the remnants of life lived, then abandoned. Your fingertips catch lightly on the splinters of the wood. As a child, you used to run your hands over boxes like this while hiding beneath your mother's alchemy table. A life long before your mother's death, and long before you took responsibility for it. Long before. Pried the door open. At first glance, it seems a cold and empty room. On the damp walls, the light seeping through the half-open door glimmers with scattered pearls. The dust, woken from its endless sleep, whirls frantically around you. Then you see them, paintings and canvases thrown into the corners, torn, ripped, shattered. A great hatred has turned every one of them into the wreckage of a massacre. The room opens onto a corridor without a door. Okay, the paintings belong to Lilith, aren't they? There must be something else I can find in this room. Okay, so the door beyond the arch opens and closes with a wind whose source I cannot understand. It's the only place I can go. Paintings, books, some that resemble the ones I used to paint. Lilith, she loved when I drew her. She said each of them carried a piece of her soul. It's the same thing there, yep. Okay, so there must be something else I can find in this room. You turn your gaze away from the paintings on the floor. The beams supporting the low ceiling have come loose. The wooden shelves that once hung on the wall have fallen to the ground. A few books catch your eye where the shelves have collapsed. I didn't know Lilith was such a reader. Pick up one of the books. In this cursed basement, I wonder if anything real remains. Reach for the broken shelves. Let's look at the books. You reach for one of the bound books on the floor. The book is quite heavy. As you open the cover, faint crackling sounds come from the stitches and in-band holding the pages together, as if the book itself were groaning. You slowly turn the pages, but they are all blank, until the very last one. Etched in the inside of the cover is a single sentence. When the essence of the soul is migrated, it becomes indisputable the body is but a simple shell. Do I recognize this book? Is there something hidden here? Examine the opening. What's the meaning of this? Let's see if there's something hidden. From a narrow crack slips a folded piece of paper, its worn edges showing it's been read again and again. What kind of madness is this? Leave the paper inside the empty book and head towards... Look, we're going to look at the paper. You carefully unfold the paper. It's a page torn from a prayer book, filled with notes scrawled across it. Scribbles from a deranged mind. Are the notes Lilith's? Read the margins, read the prayer. Let's read the prayer. I avoid my existence. I do not belong to myself. I'm a particle beyond the never-all. Rushing flesh and trembling essence. I consent to be unintangible and recreated, beyond the gods, even before the creator light and the creator dark. Oh, never-all. Unentangle me, carry me, merge me with nothingness, so that neither I remain, nor you stand apart. Let us be one, beyond what is not, within the infinite. Are the notes along the edges Lilith's? Not being able to have him doesn't mean I can't create him. A shell, like myself? Better. Will I love it? Not the shell, but what's inside. Slowly migrate the part of him that loves me into me. Pristine desire will keep us alive. Lilith, what are you after with this? The creation she spoke of wasn't just one thing, was it? Lilith's madness runs deeper. Your whisper fades into the cold, damp stones, sinking deeper into Lilith's madness. You glimpse the reasons behind her venomous love, and that's why leaving here becomes all the more vital. Slowly, you move towards the door at the end of the corridor ahead. Blood roars in your ears as you push the slightly open door. This must be the place where the cellar hatch lies. Pass through the gap. The door opens without resistance. Inside, it's a little brighter. Metal tables are scattered across the room, each layered with dried blood. On the floor, small pools of urine and pus mingle with damp stone, releasing an unbearable stench. And in the midst of it all, hang bodies on chains from the ceiling, rotten, hollowed out, left on hooks to be forgotten. Who dares disturb my century-long slumber? The voice sounds as if it's scraping its way out of a throat that shouldn't be alive. Who's talking? Who are you? I'm over here. Come closer. I don't bite. Well, I'm kidding. Of course I bite. But right now that's not really an option. I'm a bit tied up, you see. The thing before you is a body without its lower half, another of Lilith's experiments. Its arms are chained to the ceiling, a hook driven through its shoulders, its head lolling onto its left shoulder. Watches you with curiosity. It doesn't take long to notice that one of its eye sockets is empty. How can you talk? What happened to you? What happened? It's kind of a long story. I can tell you though. Come on, pull up a chair. Sit. I'm fine right here, thanks. Are you going to tell me who you're? Look around. Why is this table moving? A corpse cut off its waist. It's looking straight at me. Dozens of corpses hanging from meat hooks, men, women. Who are they? Ugh, God, it smells unbearable. Look, I'm fine where I am. You can just tell me who you are. Ugh, I'm not just someone who talks, all right? You're asking no right questions, like none. Plus, you're in a rush. You got somewhere important to be or something? Yeah, you could say that. How about getting out of here? How can you talk? Right questions. What even are the right questions? Yes, someone's after me, trying to kill me. I don't have time to stand around and chat. I must get out of here. Yeah, look, someone's trying to kill me. Right. The whole ex-lover thing, isn't it? He winks with his only eye. Don't worry, your secret's safe with me. Secrets? What secrets? I don't understand. How do you know all this? What are you? Now that's the right question. I'm glad you asked. Because the truth is, I haven't seen myself in a while. I don't know what I've become, but something's definitely missing. And definitely, she's been trying to fill the void with something else. Were you someone once, or did she create you? She did it, right? Lilith did these for her own amusement? Look, were you someone, or did she create you? Now that's another good question. I've been asking myself the same thing every night for the last 3 years. I was someone once, yeah, but it didn't last long. Because the last time that someone opened their eyes, Lilith was staring back at them, and then, bam. From that moment on, I was forced to choose between being someone or looking like someone. Which one did you choose? It feels familiar. The only difference is my choices have always been made by others. Let's go with which one did you choose? Guess. His face falls blank, head drooping to one side, lips pressed into a straight line. At last he speaks. I chose to look like someone because being someone meant making choices of my own. And I have nothing other than what's given to me. Not anymore, anyways. Lilith doesn't show Mercy anything she creates. She consumes them until nothing is left but a shell. But you're different from the others, aren't you? Gesture towards the bodies. Your observation skills are truly remarkable. The others weren't exactly talkative. They couldn't give voice to the parts you've kept locked away. I guess I was a bit more useful. In the end, they weren't Lilith's creations, but me. You created me. Look, I'd love to stay here and talk about who created you, but I need to get out of here. There's got to be a cellar hatch somewhere. Where is it? I didn't create you, corpse. You're a product of Lilith's twisted ideas. Look, do you know where the exit is? Let's go with that one. So Lilith and her creations didn't really catch your interest, huh? Fair enough, then. If this room's what you seek to pass, then answer me riddles first. No need for class. No riddles. The cellar's not here, Golden Boy. It's that way. As his left hand shifts, the chains clink and rattle against each other. Mind the doors. They have a reputation for taking you where you don't want to go. What's that supposed to mean? Wait, what's that supposed to mean? So we're doing this again. Fine. You're trying to escape, aren't you? From the reality, I mean. But I've got bad news for you. You already know where the hatch to the outside is, Golden Boy. You've known all along. You just don't want to go there. Because this isn't the place you ran from. It's the place you ran to. The place you'd rather stay. I had to come here. There's no other choice. Stay? I wasn't chained up and hung up on hooks like you, corpse. Look, I didn't want to come here. Oh, great. Here we go again with the legendary Destiny speech. I had to come. There was no other choice. Blah, blah, blah. None of this was ever your doing, right, Golden Boy? Everything just happened around you. And you were just a poor little leaf tossed around in the stream of creation. Open your eyes already. A silence with a brief lifespan fills the room. Damp seeping from the walls mingles with rusted iron. For the first time, you clearly sense the cold, choking air around you. A shiver runs up your back. The light of the crystal sets into the wall, stings your eyes. It's been how long since I'm like this? Let's see. I think it was after you believed your mother had died, before your father blamed you and let his last breath fade into the ocean. Long after you sent Lilith to her death and still tried to live on. Way after that. Come closer. I want to show you something. Don't move apart. Look, he's saying he bites. But I kind of want to move close just to see what happens. So we're going to approach. All right, then. Here we go. Hold out your palm. A little more. Yes. Do not drop it. Ugh, I hate this part. Put out your hands. As you stand directly in front of the corpse, the stench becomes almost unbearable. Inside his empty eye socket, you catch a faint glimmer, something shimmering. Then the body starts to retch and convulse. He grips his chains tightly as something thick rises up his throat. At last, a dark reddish fluid oozes from his mouth, and he vomits onto your outstretched hands. Wow, thanks, dude. That is exactly what I wanted. A mouthful of thick, warm bile fills your open palm, but within that heavy heat, there's something there. Oh, God. Damn. Give me a second to catch my breath. Oh, it's never easy coughing up the things Lilith stuffed inside me. Here you go, Golden Boy. Pretty sure this belongs to you. What's that? I suppose I can't accept that. What's that? A crystal. Unformed, still translucent. Something you once said when you truly believed you loved Lilith. A memory, your greatest joy, and your greatest lie. That feeling clung to Lilith. She took it, turned it into a ritual, shaped it, and made it something else. Which memory is this? You watch as the corpse's breath slows. The single eye sunken into its skull begins to dim, fading softly. A faint, genuine smile forms across its face. It can no longer speak. Look at the crystal. As you wipe your hand clean, the round, translucent crystal is revealed. Veins pulse across its surface with a blue energy, throbbing like living tissue. Inside the orb, a vision takes shape. I wonder if that crystal was what made him come to life. You feel Lilith's warm body against yours, the softness of her lips pressing into you, her fingers threading through your hair, her breath hot and immediate against your neck. Your body trembles. You're biting, tearing, devouring each other, consuming until nothing remains between you. And in that moment, you're whole, truly complete. Your bodies dissolve into one another, and you touch the essence at the core of Lilith's being. Then, with your lips pressed to hers, you begin to speak. I'll never let you go, my love. I will love you forever, Lilith. Let's go with I'm gonna never let you go, because that's what that feels like to me. The crystal shatters in your hand, a sharp flash, and then thousands of tiny fragments scatter across the room. The corpse before you slips free from its chains, crashing into a pool of fetid, pus-laced water below. With one last effort, he turns his face towards you. I said the things. You couldn't. Now the words are yours, Golden Boy. Break free from your chains. Unlock them. We'll meet again very soon. The corpse looks at you, that faint smile still on his face. The silence in the room deepens. Now all secure the things you can no longer say. Close the corpse's eyes. Is this what Lilith buried inside you? Let's be respectful. Close his eyes. The corpse doesn't respond to your touch. In this stillness, it looks almost like it's falling into a peaceful, restful sleep. I better find a way out of here. You look around the room. As you return to searching the room, you feel something settle over you. A sense of expectation. The lifeless bodies strewn across the chambers are watching you. On the wall to your right, you see two distinct doors, once again. The first door is sealed with rusted chains, but the chains aren't locked together. They merely hang there, as if they tried to hold something back, and failed. The other door stands slightly ajar. Beyond it, nothing but darkness, no light, no life. Approach the ajar door, approach the chain door. The door stands slightly open, nothing can be seen beyond. A pitch-black darkness swallows everything. From the threshold, it feels as if a tremendous hunger seeps through for life and for all that lives. Rusty chains hang down the frame. Everything about it feels strangely familiar. Each link reminds me of things I couldn't say. Okay. I'm going to pick the chain door because I feel like, this being open in a vast darkness, and by clicking on it, we hear that there's a hunger. And then whatever had been in here didn't get kept back by the chains. So I'm going to think that it left, and we're going to go with the chain door. The chains draped over the door aren't tightly bound together. They simply hang there, heavy and loose, as if they once tried with all their strength to seal something shut, and failed. From beneath the door, a faint cold breeze blows out, carrying with it a soft flickering glow. Open the ajar door and open the ajar door. I don't think that's how that wants to be said, but I hear it saying that the door is ajar, so that means it's like slightly open. Open the chain door. So we can open which one? I'm going to open the chain door. You open the door and step inside. Your foot is met with a smooth surface without any texture. No stone here, no desk, not even an echo. Silence, a cold whiteness. The room is bright, far too bright. The light, overwhelms your eyes. There's nothing left that can remain in the shadow. Where am I? This room, why is it so bright? Where is the light coming from? That doesn't matter. Your gaze fixes on the white door standing directly before you. Ordinary, with nothing remarkable about it. It simply waits for you to open it and step through. Okay, there's something fishy about this place. Tell me, what is this? Why is this light so blinding? I have a strange feeling inside, like I wasn't meant to be here. Let's focus on the light. Because, look, we have to get out of here. In the other rooms, there are things waiting for you. Real things. Meaningful things. You do not want to step out into the real world, don't you? You do want to step out in the real world, don't you? You have a purpose. But here there's nothing. Nothing at all here. That's where we must go on. Maybe I can rest here in this silence. Why? Let's ask why. Why what? Why there's nothing here? Why is the room empty? Why are you anxious? Ooh. Yeah, why are you anxious? Because you weren't supposed to be here, that's why. The story wasn't meant to go on like this. Here there's nothing. There's nothing to be told here. No plot to make the story interesting. Not the slightest speck to describe. This place is utterly empty. Maybe in this silence and stillness, I can rest a little. Is this too one of Lilith's games? Of course, yes. Absolutely. That's why we need to leave here right away. The room's exit door is standing right in front of you. It's waiting for you to walk over and open it. Head towards the door. Your footsteps echo upon the smooth stone. Because you have no shadow, you cannot be sure where you tread. It feels less like walking and more like gliding. Something feels horribly wrong. It's so silent here. Yes, something feels wrong. Yes, because we weren't meant to be here. Your story wasn't supposed to continue this way. But we can easily fix that. Heed my words and keep walking. The only thing that matters now is reaching the door and leaving this room. How come I must know? Know what? That behind that door, there aren't more doors, and behind those, more still, and behind those, yet more. This is an endless labyrinth. You can't, and all you can do is hope. I'm tired of this. I can get out of here. I will see the waves of the sea and feel the winds caressing my face once more. Okay, well, I'm not giving up. Absolutely. Now place one foot before the other, and let's leave this place. Approach and open the white door. Yes, exactly. You reach for the door. You open it and step through the other side. It's that simple. You leave behind the empty, meaningless room that never should have been. The story flows again, just as it was meant to. It does make me wonder about this room. Okay, so open the door. You open the door. What greets you is neither the whisper of the dead nor darkness. It's a warm room lit by amber tones, filled with a pleasant scent, a familiar scent. Notes of phyllium dance. Phenylia? Phenolin? Dance with the resinous breath of these words. Lucine. For a moment, your nose stings and your eyes well up. You know the smell. Okay, so we got the achievement, The Winds of Fate. You found the man who right to change his fate. Right in front of you stands an old wooden table. Scattered pages lie around it, along with the small emblems and chemical traces. And someone is there. A woman, a very old woman. Her golden hair, streaked with gray, is tied up in a bun at the back of her head. At the hearth built into the wall, she stirs something inside a glass bowl. She doesn't seem to notice you. Slip inside quietly and watch what she's doing. What are you doing here? Let's try to be quiet. You step inside carefully and quietly. The old woman's hunchback is turned towards you. From the counter just to the left of the hearth, she takes a powder and adds it to the mixture. A hiss rises from the glass bowl. The woman waits, then lets out a sigh. What is she trying to do? Keep watching silently. Keep watching. Not right. Not quite right. Another method. The solution. If Lilith wants this to work, the missing piece must be found. What is she trying to do? Move a little closer to get a look at the mixture on the hearth. Missing. Something. The woman suddenly turns around. The moment she sees you, she freezes in place. A warm smile spreads across her face. The dark circles under her eyes and the wrinkles give her away her age. Ah, a guest. Welcome, young man. Who are you? Well, I wanted to see what you were doing, ma'am. I didn't mean to frighten you. Don't worry at all, darling. Come, sit. She gestures to the chair in front of the wooden table. Thank you, sit in the chair. Thanks, I'm good. Remain standing. You know what, I'm good. The woman tilts her head slightly, her eyes fixed intently on one of the papers spread across the table. Who are you, ma'am? What are you doing here, ma'am? Yeah, what are you doing? There's no need to call me ma'am, darling. My name is Ligia. What am I doing? I need to prepare a mixture. And? She sets the paper aside and smiles. That same overwhelming familiar scent you noticed when you entered the room drifts from her. You feel her eyes grow wet. And something's missing in the mixture. That's why the dissolution never fully works. All these fluids, formulas, maps, and enzymes, something keeps going wrong, as if someone had tampered with it. Who? You mean Lilith? No, darling. I mean someone else. Someone who wanders from room to room trying to cleanse herself of her past. Or maybe someone who, as a child, tampered with her mother's formulas in the laboratory and caused her death. How could you possibly know about my mother's death? You can't be talking about me. I've never been here before. I had no part in any of these alchemy mixtures. It's funny because they refer to the character, right? Because the character's saying, oh no, that couldn't be me. Aren't we supposed to be a man? And it's saying her mother. Wouldn't it be his mother? Because I thought we were a guy. Let's see. How could you possibly know about my mother's death? Let's ask that. Let's let that one. Because that laboratory was mine, darling. I got mad at you that day, didn't I? I'm sorry. You tampered with my notes. Your hands were covered in powder, dipped into the solution. But that night, I forgave you. It wasn't your fault. I was sleepless. And I never imagined you might have added something to the mixture. But you had. To you, dropping these powders and liquids of different colors into boiling water and watching them change was nothing more than a game. No, that's not possible. My mother died. They never found her because she was gone so many, many years ago. Oh. Go this one. I know, darling, I know. You thought I was gone, but I couldn't leave. I see now I wasn't the only one who burned that night. Because nothing has ever managed to tear the guilt from your mind. You believe that if not for that night, you would find me here, in this room. That's why I'm here. I just want to spend some time with you here, but I lost you forever. I wanted to be like you. This work was everything to you. I wanted to make you proud. Let's go with that one. Oh, is that crying? And you did. That night when I saw you here, I was proud of you, darling. Proud that you tried to understand the formulas, that you mixed the colors. A world taking shape in your hands, new and more beautiful. A place that could be remade, beyond darkness and absence, where we could begin again. But if you stay here, trapped in this loop, you will never begin. No, 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 no. You want to stay in this loop. It's safe here. You know what will happen. You know what awaits you beyond each door. Well, most of the time. Don't get too close to the truth, because there you'll find nothing but ruin. Then why are you here, Mother? To forgive me? I should stay here, Mother. There are things I must put an end to, Lilith. Must put to an end, Lilith. Okay, well then why are you here, Mom? Oh, no, darling. The woman steps a little closer. The scent of beeswax and bergamot fills the air. You feel warm, safe. She gently places her hand against your cheek. I forgave you long ago. I'm here because you needed to forgive me. Did you love me? I love you, Mother. Let me say that one. I love you too, darling. Always, in every way. Then you know why I have to stay in this loop to exist and to remember you. Take me out of this loop, Mother. Take me somewhere I can finally shake off this weariness. Do we want to stay in the loop? I kind of feel like we want to actually get out. Let's go with that one. What? What do you think you're doing? Do you think with that tiny brain of yours you can break this loop? I'm the one who made you. You're nothing but a fucked up piece of flesh. Do you understand? Without me, what meaning could reality possibly hold? Tell me, tell me, tell me. Mother? Come with me. The woman leans against the far wall. You think you can get out of here? And steps towards the alchemy cabinet. Without me, you are nothing. I feel like maybe the narrator is like Lilith. When I open this door, I don't know what will be waiting for you on the other side, darling, but I know you will overcome it. Your mother places a gentle kiss on your cheek where a tear has just rolled down. No, 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 no. I won't allow this. And you step through the open door of the alchemy cabinet to wake up in a new life down by the seaside. When I wake up, will I be happy? What will I find there? What will I find there? No one but you can ever know that, darling. But there will be truths. Step into the alchemy cabinet. When I came to against the wall, the pain in my skull was unbearable. Must have been another foul dream again. Sit up and look around. Do I remember what dream it was? Let's look around. Okay, wake up. If you are seeing this, that means I've woken up. Let's stand up and take. And that was an achievement, and I can't see the last part of it. Okay, so water trickles from the ceiling again. Moonlight. Must be midnight or thereabouts. The house is collapsing. 5 years. Dust and decay. I'm hungry. Is there anything to eat? Look around. Let's look around. The dining table and its toppled chairs remain on the table. Dust-caked plates. Ugh. Water drips skin from the loft above. Insects scatter across the floor. Are you searching for food too? Huh? That sound. What was it, Lilith? Okay, go to the kitchen. Go to the basement. Why would we go to the basement door? Should we go to the kitchen? I mean, we were just in the basement, so let's try the kitchen. The kitchen's empty. Cockroaches scatter across the counter. Am I hungry? Not truly. What was desire meant to feel like? There's nothing here. I killed Lilith. Did that voice come from inside? Turn to the living room. What? Is this real? Go with that. What? Is Lilith real? She was always real. The most real of all things. But her love, no. That was madness. Mad, mad. Huh. That day I knew. She would speak again of the grand unification. Lilith, are you in there? Go to the living room, go upstairs. Let's head upstairs. Here was our bedroom once. The sheets lie rotted now. I feared her, Lilith. She was mad, mad, mad. She loved me more than she loved herself. The bed lies broken, collapsed. Water drips from the ceiling, gathering here. What was that? A voice? Was someone calling me? Go down, Lilith. Well, that one girl said if you say her name, she'll appear. What is this? Oh, okay, that lets you see the whole scene. Got it. I was like, wait a minute, I just now noticed that. Do I want to say Lilith? Let's go down. There were paintings watching over these stairs, beautiful ones. Lilith and I together. No, nothing remains. Nothing at all. Go to the basement door. Boards creak everywhere, splintering, falling apart. The plaster's fallen from the walls, exposing what's beneath. This is it, yes? Yes. Here they took her, after I betrayed her. They seized her arms and dragged her away. First they cut out her tongue, so she could conjure no alchemy again. Lilith, is that you? Okay, return to the living room door. Open the door. Let's open the door. Darkness. The stairs have long since crumbled. She told me herself. This is where they carried her out. They took her. Then they cut off her limbs so she could never walk again. I'm coming, my love. Are you calling to me? Where are you? Oh, God. Maybe we shouldn't go down. Let's go back to the living room. Dining table, overturned chairs, plates on the table, white porcelain, only dust from the ceiling beams piled on top. Did you call out to me? What was that? I think they're going to make us keep going until we go to the into the basement, but let's go back to the kitchen. Yeah, did the voice come from inside? Go to the basement door. Says everything is rotting. I drag my feet forward. Did the sound come from here? Empty, but on the basement door. Yes, of course, the place they took Lilith. What did you say? Is that voice coming from here? Yeah, so you have to open the door. They cut off the limbs. Okay, yeah, so that's the same. So we have to go down. So we'll go down. The blue light. Where could it be coming from? This is the basement with one room. Damp stones covered in moss. She had drawn a circle here. She'd stood at its center. When they took her, they flayed her face so no one would ever recognize her again. So what, they took her down in the basement of our home and did this to her? Why wouldn't they, like, take her somewhere to do that? It seems kind of strange that they would do it there. My love. Lilith? Where are you? Let's say Lilith. The blue light shimmers over your wet clothes, right? Over your wet clothes, right? The salty water of the sea drips down from where you were thrown. Your hands are severed. Coagulated blood pools black at your feet. The flayed pieces of your face hang oozing pus. Your lidless eyes stare at me. I'm sorry. I have to I ain't kissing that. I'm sorry. My voice echoes off the stone. Her arms hang limply at her side, motionless. There's a rage in her eyes. Lilith, my love. She doesn't answer. Not sure she hears me. From the slit in her bare face shaped like a mouth, black fluid drips out. It spills to the floor. Lilith? Is that you calling to me, my love? Where are you? Go upstairs. All of your memories will slowly melt away, like tears in the rain. The end. 2 of 8? Okay, so there are 8 endings. We got the second one of 8, although I'm a little confused by the ending. I definitely enjoyed the writing. The writing's really good. I'm really enjoying the story, and I feel like we're going to have to go and get like all the endings to kind of truly understand the full picture of the story. I don't know if there's like a good ending or a bad ending, but whatever which one we got 2. Very interesting. I'm looking forward to going back and trying to get some more. But yeah, so I don't know if that was just like an ending of just an endless loop of traveling back and forth. I mean, we're living a nightmare where, we had turned her in, obviously for what I'm assuming is like witchcraft. But I'm very curious what actually happened because, like I said, we kind of got like an ending that doesn't really explain itself. So I'm wondering if maybe that there's more of an explanation in another ending or so. But I hope you all enjoyed Livber. I definitely did. Like I said, I loved the demo. And I absolutely love this. I like how creative the devs are with the writing, just the description of things. I love the art. It's a really nice, dark, art style, and I absolutely love it. And I'm looking forward to going back and trying to get another ending. So please leave me a comment down below, leave me a like, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you next time. Bye.